Introduce yourself. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I can introduce myself that way. So I am Hemdah, pianist and piano teacher and CEO of Mastering Musical Excellence for ADHD, ADD, and autism spectrum students, where through our signature three-step process, we guide music teachers to regain control of their classrooms and studios so they can share their passion for music, get the excellent results they're capable of, and win back time for themselves.
Woohoo! How's that? How's that for an intro? Yes! Love it. So, Hemdah, share with us what was going on for you in your life, in your business, in your career before we started working together. Where were you? You know, this is really important because we don't want to just showcase, oh, Hemdah, and I'm kind of giving you all a masterclass in how to get testimonials, by the way, so I hope you're appreciating that. You know, you don't want to just say, oh, Hemdah's so great. She's doing all these things now, and she's so happy. Everything is wonderful. Like, it wasn't that way. You were not there. Like, let's bring people to where you were when you were sitting exactly where they are. Let's just bring that back.
Well, building up to when I attended the masterclass last August, I was just very discouraged. I was crying half the time during the summer. I can't do this anymore. And just so that everyone knows, I also have a job as an accompanist at a high school, and I teach piano at home. And just was overwhelmed, burnt out, not having enough money, knowing my husband wasn't going to be able to continue working much longer, and that we did not have enough retirement to really even to let him retire, and he needed to do so. And I signed up for the masterclass because I thought, well, I've got to do something. So, and it was like the first day of the masterclass, and all of a sudden my passion for music was rekindled. And I thought, wow, I still have a lot more to offer. And after the 5-day masterclass, and I signed up for my call with Fabiana, and I told my husband I was going to do that. And I said, okay, I just want you to know a couple things. First of all, I want you to know that I do not want to go back to where I was, because I feel fantastic and things are opening up for me, and I know I have more to offer. Here's what I'm going to do for you by signing up for Fabiana's program. This is what it's going to do for you. And so I shared with him what I was going to do for him, and he said, go for it. And that it was just that simple. And I'm like, wow. But I have learned, I think within like the first 2.5 months, I started my new program, and I had my first one-on-one coaching client. And so now, after having, and then I developed my program right in the midst of, having her, and she helped me develop it. And then I looked at what I had developed and realized I was ready to do a group program. So now I'm preparing to do a 5-day masterclass myself in May, and then start my own group program in June. And I spent decades having all of this inside me that I wanted to share to people, but it wasn't until I took Fabiana's program that I learned how to articulate why I do what I do. And that has just meant so much to me to be able to do that, because it just, like, I've been doing things, but couldn't really describe why, couldn't tell why, couldn't explain why I'm passionate about music, and, why I'm passionate about doing what I do. So here I am, ready to launch my 5-day masterclass. And I have my first employee that I hired a week and a half ago. And oh my gosh, it's just been amazing. And it literally is way more than just taking stuff off my plate, because she's amazing at graphics. She also takes what she hears me say and what I say in my videos, extrapolates things and puts things into words to go along with my graphics. And I read that and go, wow, I can't believe this. I'm like, that's so awesome. And I've been getting a lot of comments on social media. People are really noticing what I'm doing and asking me about it. And I have a call with not a former friend, certainly not a former friend, but a friend that I haven't been in touch with for a long time that I got reconnected with, and she's really excited about what I'm doing. And so we're going to be talking about that on Sunday. So I'm really jazzed about that.
The other day in our coaching call, Hemdah was like, oh my gosh, my new assistant is making me look amazing. I can't believe it. And I told her, she's not making you look amazing. You are amazing. You are amazing. She's just helping you come into the spotlight now through the strategies that we're preparing for you, for you to teach her. She's now bringing you to the world, but you are amazing. You were amazing before you had an online presence, before you had social media. And now that you have social media, you're just now starting to become visible to the world. But the Hemdah is like the pearl. You're the pearl, which is why I tell all of my clients, when it comes to pricing, to detach ourselves from our own sense of worthiness, right? Because we are priceless. It's really a different strategy to how to figure out what to price and how to use the different options. And so many different ways to price our services. But the bottom line is that no matter what price we choose, we are still amazing, And so I really love that realization that we were able to bring to the surface in our coaching call. Can you share more about what is it like to be inside the program? Like, what happens once you jump off the cliff, once you say yes to yourself, once you're like, okay, I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm just going to give myself a chance to try. I've seen all these amazing stories. I know this has worked for other people just like me, and I'm wanting to do it. Tell them a little bit about what happens during this process, and what is it like being inside the program?
Oh, and it's like an amazing self-discovery program for one thing. Having the accountability calls every week is so helpful, and listening to Fabiana, not only getting coaching from her, but listening to her coach others through their journey and what things they're working on. I've learned so much from them. And the training vault is just amazing. There's so much in there. And, I watch it on my phone, I watch it on my computer, and when I'm doing, cooking and stuff like that. But I've been taking copious notes too, and then going back over the stuff, and I'm still learning so much. And it's just, I can watch a training a couple times and go, yeah, I get that. And then a couple months later, go back to it and well, I don't remember that. And all of a sudden the light bulb goes off and I'm ready to take off, whereas before, sometimes when you're first learning something, there's just so much, and it's like, you can't process it all. So you process it over time. And it's good to be able to have that vault that you can just watch that when you're ready to do it, and kind of move around in the vault too when you need to, not ever necessarily going in order, but you can jump around and pick the trainings that you feel like you're ready for. And then just the support from everybody else in the program. I mean, we have, I haven't attended a pod meeting for a while, but our pod meetings, we get together, all the other clients get together on Zoom calls and kind of share our successes and ask questions and get help from each other. And then the private Facebook group is really good, where we can get help from each other on that and support. And just, sometimes it's just amazing to hear someone else's point of view when you're sharing what you're going through, or your struggles, or just a light bulb that has gone off, and someone else in the program, on the accountability call says, how excited they are for what I'm doing. And then also I can share that with other people and see the potential and see the progress that they're making. And it's just so exciting to see them just beginning to open up with their programs. And I was right there when Marcy I wasn't quite there at the very beginning with Marcy Brown. I was 2 months into the program when she was already in. She was 2 months into the program when I started, but I got to see her do her first masterclass and start her first program and make that 101,000. And it was just amazing to see that happen in real time. You read the testimonials, but then you get to see that happen in real time, and you're like, cool, I can do that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just lots and lots of positive energy has made this year, even though my year at school has just been really overwhelming, it's also made it like a lifeline for me too. And just that thing, I know, hey, I don't have to continue living the way I'm living. I've got this thing that I'm working on that's going to make things better.
Absolutely. And Hemdah is a 2-time, program participant. She's now in her second round of the program. And that's such a wonderful testament in and of itself, that she saw the value and she wanted to renew and continue for another round. And I've had many clients who have been in this way, 1, 2, 3 times. And really, this is the vision, is that we continue adding value to our clients, beyond their initial problem points, because we can solve initial problems when they start working with us, but then when they achieve those milestones, then they have new problems. Like now, Hemdah is a CEO. She's introducing herself as a CEO. She's got a team. She's got now a client. She's now expanding and growing and building a program now for group students. She now has a completely new set of challenges that she needs to face. And so our ability to also understand the journey that our clients go through in this process and to create new value and additional opportunities to support them as they progress. Like Marcy, she crossed 6 figures and now she's building her 7-figure empire, and we created a program for those types of clients, and we have our mastermind now that is for that. So that's also a beautiful part of this, is that we start this program with our initial first few clients, and as they start progressing, we can evaluate and evolve the way we serve them to help them become lifetime clients. We want our clients to stay around in our programs, not just one time done and then I'm gone, but to really grow in our through our mentorship, through our support, right? And we also help our clients understand how to build that in their own programs as well. So this is also a very important part. Can you share more about our retreats? I'm so passionate about those retreats. I love those retreats, and I think they're a game changer, but you've been now in a few. Can you share your experiences in our quarterly retreats?
Sure. Most of the quarterly retreats I've had to watch the replays because I've had to work. But this last one, was it last week? Was it just last week that we had that? Oh my gosh. So much has happened in the last week. I decided I was going to take the day off of work. So I got a day off with pay and was able to attend the entire day. And it was pretty much a game changer for me because I made my 90-day plan. I had absolutely no hesitations on stating how much I wanted to make in the next 90 days. And when I looked at that and I thought about how I thought about money 6, 7, 8 months ago, it's amazing to me that I didn't even flinch about writing the amount down that I was going to make in the next 90 days. And that's the thing I remember is my 90-day plan, because that's like right before me. And every single day I'm looking at that. And, and I have my action items on each of the things that I want to do. So I'm keeping that in front of my mind and keeping focused on that.
Yes, absolutely. And that's one of the key strategies, is that we help our clients really zoom in to what they need to do specifically in their situation. They're not just thrown into a pool of people and it's like all these general things that you have to then, we're really on top of customizing this for you, where you are in your business and what you need at each stage in this process. And that's what the high touch, high ticket concept comes from, because anyone can get information anywhere. You could just go to YouTube and learn anything you want. What makes this a unique and life-changing experience is that you get so much support and customization and making this the most relevant opportunity for you, right? So I think that's also very important. By the way, if you have any questions for Hemdah, feel free to just put them in the chat, share whatever you want. We're here to really help you navigate these decisions. And Hemdah, what would you tell our viewers as a final kind of message to them? If you were where they are now, just go back to a few months ago, and they may be on the fence. They may be wondering, like, I don't know if this is going to work for me. I don't know if I can do this. I'm not Hemdah. She's so awesome. I'm not awesome. Like, whatever are all the limiting beliefs that you're telling yourself right now that are causing you to just stay in your lane and not jump off cliff, not do this for yourself, especially if you know you want it. What would you tell them?
Well, I didn't feel awesome when I was taking the masterclass, but I know I did feel, I didn't feel like, I had this doubt in my mind, can I really do this? This is a risk. And I was kind of brought up to take the safe route. And so I had those voices in my head from my parents, about taking the safe route. But then I looked at how much more excited about life I felt and the possibilities after taking the masterclass. I thought, if I don't do this now, time is going to go by. And, at that time it was a 6-month program. And so 6 months from now, I was thinking, if I don't do this, nothing is going to change. And I'm still going to be in the same place 6 months from now. And I thought, I don't have time in my life to waste anymore. I just don't have the time to waste. And I remembered listening to the testimonials, and one person said, just do it. I think she said, it's worth something. I don't know what it was. She said something. And I thought, yep, I'm just going to risk. I'm going to take a risk on myself, because if you don't risk, you're not going to change anything. And, I thought, I won't know if I don't do this. I'm not going to know where I could be. And I don't want to go 6 months down the road and wonder, gee, if I had only taken that course, where would I be now? Or I don't call it a course, but the mentorship program, and so.
Were you afraid that you were going to fail? Did you have fear of
Oh
failure?
yeah. Oh yeah. I had that fear. And I'm someone that has, I kind of I remember my dreams. So I had a really positive dream that really encouraged me to do this. And then right after I joined the program, I had a scary dream. And I thought, oh, what did I do? And I told my husband about it, and he just said, oh, I think that you didn't get hurt in that dream, even though you were scared. So he says, I think that means you're not going to get hurt by this. Just go. Just don't worry about it and keep going.
Oh my gosh, that is so precious. Thank you so much. So you would tell people to do it. What would you tell them?
Well, first of all, I do want to say that I was in a sales program before I was in Mary Kay for a long time, and it was a negative experience, which really turned me off of all kinds of other programs. And I got a lot of, if you weren't recruiting, there was so much judgment on you, and if you weren't selling. And the thing that I got from Fabiana is I never got any of that from her. There was always that sense of, how do I put this? It's like I remember hearing her say there was just that sense of freedom where there's no judgment if you don't do it. It's totally fine. It's totally up to you. And just that sense of freedom that I had in making my decision. I knew that she was also going to train me to do the same thing with my potential clients, because the last thing I want to do is ever make anybody feel judged for not choosing to be in my program. And so I felt safe. And Fabiana is just someone that's just so intuitive and so just so present for each of us. So I just want to say that. So what was the question you asked me?
You answered it already. This is
beautiful. Okay.
Thank you so much, Hemdah. No, this was great. This was great. I so appreciate that. And, one of the most beautiful parts of this process is that we attract our dream clients. Like, I am a fan of every single one of my clients. I believe in their potential, and I believe in the potential of all of you who are here. I know you have so much to offer. And so I am so grateful when clients join my program, because I feel like they're just these diamonds, right? That then we get to make them visible into the world, and right, and we get them to show their awesomeness. We don't make them look awesome. They are awesome. We just help them become visible and help them build a business and feel rewarded. And that's what is so exciting. And that's how I feel is the best way to have a business. You should have a business that you wake up in the morning, you see your calendar, and you're just like, I'm so grateful that I get to serve these people. I'm so grateful that I get to work with these remarkable human beings, and that I get to show them the path to becoming even more successful in their lives. That's what I believe is the bottom line of this workshop. It's attract your dream clients. You want to have that strategy to not feel that you have all these people that don't appreciate you. They're not paying you what you need. They're not helping you get to where you want to be, and you're not feeling fulfilled, right? So that's what I feel is something that most musicians don't understand. They feel they just have to take anyone who comes and wants to work with them. Carrie, I have a question for Hemdah. Carrie says, how did you transition from other responsibilities to your own business? That's a great question.
Well, and that is a very good question. I still have the responsibilities of my job. One of the things I've learned in this program is how to plan my week, so that there are certain activities I do for my business on certain days. I don't think about everything I need to do every single day. So there's one day a week where I do videos for social media, and then I give them to my employee to post. And there's another day where I write emails. There's another day when I do training. And I know Fabiana says try to do some training in the vault every single day, but I am not able to do that. So I just decide what I'm going to do every single day. So that has really helped to make it possible to manage everything, because then I just don't worry about, if it's not what I'm supposed to do that day, I don't worry about it. And
Right.
it's making a difference, and I'm making progress.